my God challenge for you today. Make me a human eye. This is a model of the human eye. The real human eye has the fastest muscles in the body. They can blink 10,000 times per day. It can decipher millions of information per second. There are 7.5 billion pairs of eyes on the earth today, and 250 pairs are made each minute. How hard can that be to make? But before you jump into the challenge, let me explain what the human eye does to give us sight. First, light bounces off an object, travels through the pupil into the lens. The lens focuses it on the back of the eye in an area called the retina. The retina converts it into electrical signals which go into the optic nerve and goes to the brain. So the brain is given the job to interpret what the eye is looking on. Here's what I mean. Look at these optical illusions in this slideshow. Your eyes are doing what they are supposed to do, which is report the physical information, but the brain has a job to do the interpretation. This is how most magic tricks work. Well, I bet that was interesting and cool. Having been told all about the great features and purposes of the eye, let's get to the challenge, right? Let's actually make an eye. First, unlike this model, you will need living cells. The human eye is made of millions of living cells. Now, scientists will use stem cells that are existing living cells to repair the eye and for their research in trying to make and replicate parts of the eye. But that's not fair, right? If you're going to make something, you need to make it with your own materials and your own design, right? Or even if you reverse engineer it, where are you going to get living tissue to make? How are you going to make living tissue? That is the question. But let's put that aside and look at the eye itself and teach you how to make one. So you have, again, as we mentioned before, you have the pupil, which is the dark opening into the eye, and then you have the iris, which regulates the amount of light that comes in, focuses on the lens. So get a good look of what you gotta make, right? The lens is made of flexible material, and there's a muscle on either side of the lens that bends it and manipulates it, so it focuses the light and the image on the back of the retina. And then you have all these things you gotta make as well. I won't even go into them. And then all of that is transferred into the optic nerve, into the brain. So I give you 1 week to do that. But for those of you who acknowledge you can't make it, or those who get frustrated trying, here's what you do for me. This week, just have a look around and see how wonderful your eyes are. Try to find out, or try to look around and see the variety of colors and the amount of information your eye is feeding you. Look at the distances that your eyes can see. It is really a remarkable organ. Now, we have decided, or let me speak for myself, I have decided that there's no way this thing could have evolved or made itself. It had to be designed, it had to be made, and in fact, even the brain had to be made at the same time, because the whole thing is one unit. So how could that come around by itself? How could that have evolved? It just makes no sense. So we call it supernatural event, and the thing behind this, we call that God. And God created the eye. God created the human being. He created the animals. He created everything we see. He created the universe. we here on the God Challenge will prove that to you. And when we prove that to you, you will have no choice but to want to be part of that God's purpose and existence. At the end of the video, we give you the opportunity to give your life to the Lord, to connect with the God who created your eye and created you. Thank you for watching, and watch me again on the next God Challenge.